Can you take the heat? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 guests on First We Feast Hot Ones.
I don't like the way he did it. I don't like the way he did it all fast.
If you're a fan of Hot Ones, you should check out our interview with Rich Antoniello, the man behind the hit series. Our CEO, Ashkan, asks Rich about his decade-long journey to transition the one-time fashion magazine into a youth culture multimedia juggernaut. Head on over to Mojo Talks to check out the full interview at the link below.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable, impressive, insightful, or entertaining interviews from this unique series, while taking into account the performance of the celebrity stars in question.
I think the one reason why I love my cats the most.
Number 10, Eddie Huang. This celebrity chef, restaurateur, and author was quick to acknowledge his weak stomach, his irritable bowel syndrome, and his tendency towards explosive diarrhea.
Oh, I have a tendency to have explosive diarrhea. I mean, there's a lot of us with IBS, man.
Then, Wong does the unthinkable, choosing to consume the wings in descending order, starting with the Mega Death Sauce.
You just did a crazy thing that I think you're gonna regret.
Ooh. And he almost immediately taps out. After a trip to the bathroom, he returns, only to need a repeat trip. On the third try, he manages to stay in the hot seat, but he's done with the wings.
His dick's on fire.
Thankfully, he's still got plenty of insights regarding food media, his career, and hip-hop to keep us entertained while host Sean Evans eats alone. Number 9, MacDeMarco. Ever the provocative dresser, MacDeMarco rocks a hoodie tied up tight with his ears sticking out. Despite outing himself for already feeling the gastrointestinal effects of a spicy burrito from the night before, DeMarco handles the wings challenge with relative grace, keeping it together for much of the interview. He treats us to some tales of tour life, gives his input on food trends, talks about his special brand of hashtagging, his love of Jar Jar Binks, and his fashion rules.
Oh, damn it.
Hitting.
At about the 3/4 mark, he starts to feel the heat, but he soldiers on and overcomes.
I like this. I don't get to cry in front of someone very often, so here we are.
Just vulnerable. Opened up over wings and hot sauce, Mac.
So much for having to be on your show, man.
Number 8, Rachael Ray. This food icon gets a lot of flack for not being a professionally trained chef, but she's undeniably one of the biggest celebrity cooks in the game. And with this interview, she proved that she can take the heat. No stranger to hot sauce, and a self-proclaimed picky wing eater, she opts to skip most of the wings and just go for the spoon of straight sauce, a first in Hot Ones history.
Yeah, you're revolutionizing the game, Rachel.
Really? Making the grade?
While slamming sauce, Rachel gives her opinion on everything from Thanksgiving and eating on camera to being confused for Jay-Z's alleged lover, all the while talking smack and challenging Sean to up the quantity of hot sauce that he's consuming.
Come on, brother. There you go.
Badass is an understatement.
Let me do it.
Rachel, battling.
I'm trying. Oh, I'm dizzy.
Number 7, Russell Brand. This quirky comedian never phones it in. He gives you real answers to your questions. And in this episode of Hot Ones, he gets real about everything from fatherhood and football clubs to his experiences with Donald Trump and deeper questions like personal truth and morality.
For me, it seems like the end of a certain type of politics where a class of people said they would take care of another class of people.
He's particularly funny when making a personal appeal to Hot Ones superfan Brett Baker to be kind when rating him, in song no less.
He's a little list maker. Dun, 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 dun. He's a power rank faker. His name's Brett Baker.
A self-admitted volatile person, Brand is known for going off on interviewers, but you can tell that he's really enjoying his time on Hot Ones, and we enjoyed watching him.
You made it through. You cleared the board. Biting hot sauce. Brain on fire. Sang us a song.
Number 6, Cara Delevingne. While promoting the film Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, Delevingne visited Hot Ones to chat with Sean Evans about Burning Man, working with wild animals, video games, and more. Part of what makes this particular interview so charming is that Cara portrayed herself as being bad with spicy food, but once she starts trying the sauces, she's pleasantly surprised by many of them.
That's got a sweet beginning taste.
Then, about halfway through, it hits her and you can see her struggling to focus, which is, of course, when Sean starts asking some of the more elaborate questions.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something. It doesn't help, it makes it worse.
Cara makes it through like a champ and, to borrow her own words, proves that she has hot sauce balls.
Huh?
Number 5, Coolio. This is a fan favorite, and it's easy to understand why. Coolio starts off with some sage kitchen advice, casually eating his way through most of the wings like they're nothing.
How does one pimp their kitchen?
Pimping your kitchen is making sure that your kitchen has everything that you need in order to be successful.
Hearing him talk about Gangsta's Paradise is fascinating, and Sean does a great job getting him to discuss some of the ramifications of writing a huge hit.
The people that really like Gangsta's Paradise, that's all they want to hear.
Of course, his wing performance is really what won viewers over. He doesn't bat an eye while eating them to the bone.
Let me know when we get to the hot ones.
And then, for the big finale, he douses the wing in death sauce, eats it, and licks his fingers. Coolio, you are truly a legend.
Woo! That shit is hot.
Number 4, Post Malone. This rapper, singer, songwriter is undeniably entertaining and likable, both on and off the stage. It seems as if he's got a smile permanently plastered to his face, and his overly polite, soft-spoken, and personable demeanor makes him one of the most distinct guests in Hot Ones history.
Post.
I don't like it.
Now you know what's happening.
I don't like it.
His reactions to the wings when they start to get spicy are downright priceless. Throughout the nearly 20-minute episode, you feel like you really start to get to know Post Malone.
Only you can appreciate the genius that is you.
Of course, it's the sauce-specific questions at the end that really bring this interview home.
Now, sauce to me is the way that you carry yourself, what makes you an individual.
Number 3, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Leave it to Neil deGrasse Tyson to blow us away with both conversation and his ability to handle hot wings.
I took 2 bites, bitch.
Sean read deGrasse Tyson's book to prep for the interview, and using his newly acquired knowledge, he's able to get on Neil's level while also tying it into pop culture.
How about when you downgraded Pluto?
Pluto had it coming, just don't get me started now.
Having deGrasse Tyson decode scientifically inspired rap lyrics might be one of the best games ever played on the show.
Okay, Uranus is Uranus until you're like 8 years old.
And the way in which Neil describes the scientific experience of what's happening to him with the mega death sauce, hilarious.
So now I have the liquid. It's going up into my olfactory cavity.
Number 2, Bobby Lee. A stand-up comedian, perhaps best known for his work on Mad TV, Bobby Lee is unabashedly candid with Sean and the viewers, jumping right into his high school methamphetamine addiction and the time he won a wrestling tournament on LSD.
I imagine if I was sober, I could have been champion of the world.
This guy's got over-the-top anecdotes for days. He's also one of the gassier contestants, farting enough to make Sean worry about his guest sharding, something Lee apparently has a history of.
I shot it.
By the last couple of wings, he's totally lost his mind and, possibly, control of his bowels.
No.
Oh, did you hear it?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
And the mustard adds a consistency, a nice texture to it, to where it's not too runny, you can't run from it. It's there and it captures you.
Brian is obviously just cool as a cucumber.
Mad Dog 357.
I couldn't hear you, man. What? Why is my what?
Number 1, Eric Andre. No one can out-weird Eric Andre, a man who got a BFA at the Berklee College of Music and then followed through by pursuing a career as one of the most outlandish men in comedy.
Number 2. Nothing. I'll do a shot of this right now.
As he works his way through the wings, he quickly succumbs to the heat and winds up delivering answers to Sean's questions through gritted teeth and some rather profuse sweating.
What do you think?
This shit is like hanging off my uvula. Oh, it's time delayed too.
But even when he's feeling the pain, he continues to be his zany, unpredictable self, and it's glorious.
Mega death sauce with liquid rage. Oh yeah, that's the selling point.
Eric Andre might have hated the experience, but for the viewers, it was pure Hot Ones gold.
5, 4, 1, 5. 5, 4, 1, 5. That's all you got, liquid rage?
Just a reminder, we've got a great interview with Rich Antoniello, the man behind Complex Media and Hot Ones. Head on over to Mojo Talks and check it out at the link below.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.